Hello, everyone. Um, oh, it looks like my microphone isn't working. Okay, let's see. Can anyone hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me? Really? I almost don't believe that. Okay, good. Yay. Okay. Sorry for the awkward start. It's just that there's a thing at the bottom of my screen that shows that my microphone is working, and it looked like my microphone wasn't working. So, okay. Welcome everyone to my fall tarot reading party. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm just reading everyone's comments. Hello, welcome. Oh, I love it when I recognize almost everyone's name here. This is cool because I think you guys were at my last live thingy, I think. Okay, so I decided to do a fall tarot reading party because I feel like I don't know if it's officially fall yet. It feels like it is because I woke up this morning and it's been raining all day and it's supposed to rain for the next 7 days straight. Which, believe it or not, I'm really excited about because I love the shitty weather because then I don't feel guilty for just like staying inside and reading and being unproductive. But I love fall because fall always feels like a second New Year's to me. Like New Year's never really feels like a new year, but fall, like September always feels like the start of a new year. Probably just because I was brainwashed being in school for so many years to think that, September is when you start your new classes, you get your new books and your pens and pencils and stuff like that. And I just think of September as being like a fresh start. So I feel like fall is also like once the weather starts getting kind of crappy, it's a time to really turn inward. Whereas the summer, you're busy, it's nice weather, you're doing things, and then fall is like a good time to sort of turn inward and get into doing tarot readings again. So what am I going to do? Okay, so I'm going to share with you my number one secret to doing really great tarot readings. And then I'm going to tell you about my upcoming tarot course, and then I'm going to dive into doing one-card readings for everyone. So the deck I'm going to be using for the readings is the Everyday Witch Tarot, but I don't know why I'm showing you this because I'm not going to do readings right away anyway. So I'm just going to read some of the comments here. Oh, thanks, you guys. Okay. Judy asks, how are my sweet kitties? So for those of you who aren't aware, I've been fostering a litter of kittens for the last, I think, 3 weeks. I think I've had them about 3 weeks now. And today they're going to the pet store, which I'm really sad about. So normally the litters that I have are ferals. These ones technically were ferals because they were rescued from a park, but I think that they were domestic cats before that. Like I think they were in someone's home because they just are not like feral kittens. And so I've really bonded with these kittens, and especially one of them who reminds me of my black cat, Merlina. And so today they're going to the pet store, and I'm kind of sad. So right after I finish this live stream, I'm going to go down and feed them, and then I have to take them to the pet store. And I hope I don't cry when I get to the pet store because that's always awkward. Okay, so I want to tell you about my number one secret for transforming your reading. So this secret, if you're able to apply it, it will turn your readings from being kind of average to being amazing. And this is something that I've talked about in the past, so this isn't like a brand new, groundbreaking, earth-shattering thing. I've talked about it in the past, but it's really only been in the last year or so that I have fully come to appreciate how this one tip or this one technique has transformed my experience of not just tarot reading, but all other aspects of my life. So this tip that I'm going to give you, it goes beyond tarot reading. You can apply it to any other aspect. You can apply it to whatever work that it is you do. You could apply it to relationships, to eating, to sex, to creativity, to any area of your life, and it's going to make a huge difference. So my number one secret to doing fabulous tarot readings is relaxation. So it sounds like something that's just simple and kind of a no-brainer, but I've noticed that if you can get to this place of being relaxed, and you don't have to be like 100% totally relaxed, but as relaxed as you can be, if you can be relaxed and present and in the moment when you're giving a tarot reading, whether you're giving a reading to someone else or if you're just reading for yourself, your tarot readings are going to be so much better than if you're nervous and tense and feeling kind of stressed out or fearful. So there's a few reasons for this. So I've noticed that the parts of our brain or the parts of our being that make a tarot reading really great, like intuition and creativity, those two aspects of ourselves are much more easily accessed when we're relaxed. When we're tense or if we're nervous, we tend to close ourselves off from our intuition and our ability to think creatively. And so the more relaxed you are, the more intuitive you can be, the more creative you can be. And your mind just works on a whole different level when you are at ease, as opposed to if you're feeling stressed. So one question to ask yourself is, how can you, specifically you, how can you feel more relaxed for your next tarot reading? What helps you feel relaxed? And usually you'll have to kind of identify, what makes you not relaxed, what makes you feel stressed out, what makes you tense in a reading. And once you're clear on those things, you can start to kind of mitigate them. So for me, when I'm giving someone a reading, the one thing that makes me tense up is I feel this pressure to keep the reading moving at a good clip. Like I don't want to pause for too long and contemplate a card. I don't want the person to get bored and fidgety. And I also feel this pressure to say entertaining things the whole time because I want to keep that person, alert and entertained for the reading. So that is what creates tension for me. So I've come up with all different ways to get around that so that I don't feel that kind of pressure. And it took me a little while to figure out how to move past that kind of, that kind of tension. And in doing that, I've been able to be more relaxed, more calm, more in the present moment. And as a result, more intuitive, more creative. So this is something to try. And like I said, you can apply it, practice applying this to like eating. The next time you eat something, just be fully present. Just let your body relax. Just be fully engaged with whatever it is that you're eating. And notice how that experience is going to be very different than if you're in a rush and you're eating and you're distracted and you're reading the paper or whatever. So this isn't just about relaxation, it's also about being present and being available to the now. Okay, I'm just gonna read some of the comments here. Okay, so now I wanna tell you a little bit about my upcoming tarot course. So this is a 4-week tarot course. It's called The Daily Tarot Girl's Guide to Intuitive Tarot Reading. And I offer this course every year, once a year. And this will be, I think, the 4th time I've run it. And I am super excited about it. And classes start on September the 18th, but registration will close the day before. So I'm going to close down registration on September the 17th at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So, so it's 4 weeks long. It's a mix of video lessons, worksheets. There's going to be live Q&As. There's a Facebook group for people doing the course. And the Facebook group is where you can ask me questions. That's where I'm going to do the live Q&As. You can meet other people taking the course. There's going to be weekly challenges and contests with prizes. So it's a really fun course. One question I get asked all the time is, people say, oh, I'm on such and such a time zone. Will I be able to do your course? So yes. So this course is pre-recorded and every week I send you a bunch, I send you 4 to 5 video lessons with worksheets. And you can, work on that at your own pace. So the only live component is the live Q&As, but I will record those and then I send them out. So even if you're not, they're live, you still get to listen back to the live Q&A. So I'm going to put a link to where you can find out more information about my course, and I'm going to put that just in the comments here. Okay. So a couple more things I want to mention about my course is this is an open level course. So it's for beginner and intermediate tarot readers. And it's for people who want to be able to read tarot with more intuition. So you want to incorporate more of your intuition into your readings, and you want to read with more skill and more confidence. So you want to feel calm, relaxed, confident when you're reading, and more connected to your intuition. So it's a really, really fun course. For those of you who've already done my course, because I know there's a few people here who have already done it, if you've already done this course, you get to take it again for free. So I sent out a couple of emails about this. If you didn't get them, just let me know, and I'll send you the link. So you can retake this course. As long as I'm offering it, you can retake it again each year for free if you sign up. All right. I see there's a few people here that have already signed up for my course. Thank you. Yay. All right. Okay, so now I think we're ready to dive into the one card readings. So I'm just going to shuffle my cards, and I'm just going to have a look at some of the comments to see if anyone had any questions about anything. Hey, Debbie, you say your name is coming up as your husband's. It's probably because you're signed in with your husband's YouTube account or something. I can just hear my cat vomiting in the background. Okay. So Mark, you asked me, is this like mindfulness? I think you were referring to the tip that I gave on relaxation. Yes, it's kind of the same thing as mindfulness, pretty much. Okay, so Kaya, oh, that wasn't a question. Okay. So Music One AC says that she has cookies this time for the party. Oh, that's awesome. I wish I had cookies, but actually I had pancakes for breakfast, so I probably don't need cookies. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle my cards. And I'm gonna do the first reading for Sophie, because Sophie, you were one of the first people in the chat room, and you were I think the first person to ask me for a reading. So I'm gonna do this for Sophie. And I don't think you asked a question, so I'm just gonna draw a card. So what does Sophie need to know right now? Okay, so Sophie, you got, oh, and I should mention this is the Everyday Witch Tarot that I'm using. So you got the Three of Wands. Nice. Okay, so the Three of Wands, I often think of this card as being about kind of like embarking on a new journey. I see this card as a very positive card. It shows that the things that you've been putting your energy into over the last few months are going to finally pay off. You're going to start seeing some results. I also get the sense that this is also a card that reminds you that you are a powerful creator in your own life, and that you have an enormous ability to affect the opportunities that come into your life and the kinds of experiences that you have. And so this is a good time to evaluate where you're at and, take a look around you, look at all the different areas of your life and ask yourself, is this what I'm wanting? Is there anything I want to change? Is there anything I want to tweak? And, make plans accordingly. But ultimately the vibe I get from this card is that you're entering a time in your life where you're going to have an increased ability to manifest, to create what you want, and to really kind of step into your power and be able to focus your energies more than you have been able to in the past. So really nice card to get, Sophie. Okay. I should say right off the bat, I won't be able to read for everyone here. I know everyone probably understands that, but I won't be able to read for everyone, but I'm just going to randomly kind of go up and down the list of people and just kind of randomly choose people. Okay. Oh, and Jessica asks, where do I sign up for this course? Good question. I should have said that. Okay. So you can sign up for the course on my website. And again, I'll put a link in the chat box. Just put sign up for my course right here. Okay. So I just put a link to the sign up page on my website where you can find out more info about the course. All right. So Sati says, can you pick a card for me, please, pretty please? Okay, yes. Okay, Sati. Five of Pentacles. Okay. So Five of Pentacles, this is an interesting card to get. So it shows to me, this card tells me that you're on a journey and you're looking for, right now, you're looking for a sense of belonging. It's almost like you're trying to find your tribe. You're looking for a sense of belonging and a sense of connection. At the same time, you are in a unique position to help others who are on the same journey. So helping other people feel connected and helping other people feel at home. And what was the first word I used when I started talking about this card? I said you were on a journey to find your tribe, feel belonging, to feel a sense of belonging. So while you are looking for these things, it's also part of your path in life to help others find these things as well, and to almost provide a sense of belonging and a sense of home with all the various people that you meet over your lifetime. And I'm going to try to look at this card again and make it a little more practical on the day-to-day level. This card is encouraging you. So what I'm getting is that you're looking for something, and that something is probably right in front of you, but you maybe aren't seeing it. So you may be so focused on, you know, finding what you need or what you don't have that you're not seeing the one thing in front of you that can be of help. So this card is really encouraging you to kind of open up your mind and consider all your options and be open to receiving help in unexpected places. Okay. Okay, so Zorka asks, what should I know about my job? Okay, I love it. Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'll just say what I'm seeing with this card, and you can tell me if it makes sense or not. So on this mountain, there's a dragon, and we assume that this Knight of Wands is trying to slay that dragon. And it's this idea that in life, there's always a dragon that needs to be slayed. So there's always a challenge. There's always something that we're trying, some fire we're trying to put out, or some problem that we're trying to solve, or some goal that we're trying to reach. And when we don't have these things, we create things for ourselves. So if you're more of a negative person, you create problems for yourself to solve. And if you've gone beyond needing to create problems to keep yourself busy, then you set goals for yourself. But it seems like as human beings, we need something to focus on and to work towards and to channel our energies towards to keep us optimistic and to keep us, going, giving us something to get up for in the morning. So you asked about your job, and I'm not 100% sure which direction to go with this card, but it feels like you having a goal in your job, some kind of goal or something that you're working towards, will help you enjoy that job more. And it will help you get recognition. It will help you get up in the morning and feel enthused about your job. At the same time, this card is asking you, are you creating problems for yourself just to give yourself something to do? And that may not resonate with you. You may think, nope, I'm not doing this, but it's something to consider. The other thing with the Knight of Wands is at work, you want to channel your inner Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is adventurous. He doesn't shy away from a challenge or an adventure, and he lets his passion guide him. So he's very tuned into what he is passionate about, what lights him up, what gets him going. And those are the things that he works towards. Those are the things that he incorporates into his work. Okay. Okay, so here is okay, so Megan asks, what should I channel to find the focus to expand my business? Ooh, okay, so you got Judgment. So you got number 20, which is a major arcana card. It feels like you need to reinvent yourself. It feels like whatever it is that you're doing, and I'm assuming based on your question that you're wanting to find the focus to expand your business. So I'm guessing you don't feel focused right now, or part of you doesn't want to expand your business, or you just feel you don't have the energy to do it. So one thing that's going to help you is you don't have to totally reinvent your business, but I think incorporating some new stuff into your business is going to help give you the energy that you're looking for. Another thing I get with this card is the woman on this card is dancing. She looks relaxed. She looks like she's having fun. She looks easy, like she's skipping. She's playing her flute. And it feels to me like part of you is worried that in expanding your business, you're going to be more stressed. There's going to be more work. You're not going to be as footloose and fancy free, and you're going to feel limited in some way. So perhaps facing that fear a little bit will help you either get past that fear or make the changes you need to make so that that doesn't happen as you expand your business. All right. Okay. So Sabrina asks, I would love some insight on the direction of my creative pursuit. Okay, I like that question. Okay. All right, so Sabrina, you got the Three of Swords. All right, I knew this card was going to come up today. As I was lying in bed this morning, I was thinking about doing this live cast, and I just knew that this card would come up at some point for some reason. Okay, so you got the Three of Swords, which on the surface looks like a weird card to get for this question. So you asked for insight on the direction of a creative pursuit. So there's two ways we could go with this card, and both ways may make sense to you. So the first thing is about getting in touch with your heartache. Is there some kind of heartbreak or something that you've been hurt by recently that you can tap into that could help with creativity? It could help you get focused, or it may be that you need to release this thing. So this could either be this heartache that I'm referring to could either be something that you can tap into for creative potential, for energy, or maybe it's something that's getting in the way that you need to let go of. And sometimes you can do both of those things simultaneously. And the act of tapping into something for creativity allows you to process it and release it. Another thing I get with this card is that the Three of Swords is about looking at a situation clearly and head on. So taking off the rose-colored glasses and looking at something for what it is. And I think that sometimes when and I don't know if this creative pursuit is a new creative pursuit or an old one, but I know myself when I'm starting a new project, I'm excited about it. And I sometimes have like, it's sometimes like I'm looking at things through rose-colored lenses. Like I'm only seeing the positive and I'm not considering the downside of taking on a project. And in order to make a project successful, you have to go in knowing about the downsides that could happen. You have to be willing to take the good and the bad with something. So this is about being willing to throw yourself into your creative pursuit with eyes wide open, and don't go in just with this sunny disposition, like everything's going to be great, it's all going to be fun. You know, go in fully committed to whatever it is comes up in that creative process. Okay, so I hope that made sense. All right. All right, so Lisa, 73, asks, what will my relationship with my sister end up like? Okay, so I'm gonna just rephrase your question. Hopefully you don't mind, because I'm not good at doing predictions. Instead, I think I wanna ask, what do you need to know right now about your relationship with your sister? What will be helpful for you? Eight of Cups, okay. So I get two things when I look at this card. Number one is that you're looking for, it's like you're seeking some kind of deeper connection with your sister or a deeper level of understanding. It feels like emotionally, I don't know if you're cut off from your sister right now or if there's some kind of emotional upset, but it feels like on one level you're wanting a deeper, more authentic relationship with your sister. But there's so much more going on as well at the same time that it's hard for me to commit to that one way of reading this card. The other thing I get to is the Eight of Cups is about abandoning something. It's about walking away from something. And I feel like the message is don't be afraid to walk away from something in search of deeper meaning. So sometimes with especially a relationship that's really intense, sometimes you need to step away from it to get perspective, because when you're in it, it's sometimes hard to get perspective. So I'm not saying you should abandon your sister or not have a relationship, but sometimes it helps to kind of step back a little bit, give yourself a little bit of time and space to get that perspective. Another thing I get with this card is it's not about permanently abandoning something, but it's about stepping away from a dynamic so that you can go off in search of greater knowledge and wisdom and experience and bring that back to the relationship at a later date. Yeah, so I hope that made sense, Lisa. Okay, so Dignora asks, I want to know if I'll have any luck landing a better job. Okay. The devil. Okay, so will you have any luck landing a better job? Okay, what I'm getting from this card is that you, with the job that you have right now, you feel somewhat stuck in that job. And part of you believes that you need that job on some level. And this card is saying that you are at this time in your life where you're ready for greater freedom. You're ready to transcend those old mental tapes that you've been cycling through. So, whatever narrative that you've been telling yourself about your relationship to work and to money and to your job, you need to sort of reevaluate those things and start changing that dynamic. Start changing the dialogue that you have with yourself about money and about work and about this job that you have. And it feels like that needs to happen first before you get a better job. So if you get another job right now, there's a chance that the old cycles are going to be repeated and the same crap that's going on, the same stuff that you don't like about the job you have now is going to come up with this next job that you get if you don't deal with your current patterns and beliefs and inner dialogue. So ask yourself, what are your beliefs about work and money and career and sacrifice and all those things, and start to get a clear picture about what your beliefs are around that and what beliefs need to change in order for you to have a job that is fulfilling, a job that you enjoy, that you feel excited about, going to each day. What changes do you need to make? And that's a really good place to start. Okay. All right, so lots of career questions, which is really interesting. Okay, so Tram says, I feel like I am lost now. Can you pick one card and tell me the message from my guides? And you're from Vietnam. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle my deck. Oh, 2 cards. Okay, you're lucky. Okay, so you got the 2 of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Okay. So the message here is, why don't I start with the 2 of Cups and then I'll read the Knight of Swords. All right. So actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna I'm gonna read them together. Okay. So what I'm getting from these 2 cards, and tell me, Tram, if this makes sense. So it feels like you're really wanting connection with another person. And it feels like you maybe are really trying very hard to get that. This is where the Knight of Swords comes in. The Knight of Swords really goes after things with a lot of gusto and a lot of focus, which is a good thing sometimes, but when it comes to relationships, it sometimes isn't. So I feel like it's saying you want to channel this ability to, to focus, to work hard. You want to channel this in certain areas of your life, like your work, perhaps, maybe creative pursuits. But when it comes to relationships, you want to take a different approach. And here's where the 2 of Cups comes in. So the message from your guides, or really just the message from this deck, is about choosing to live your life in a more connected way. So instead of looking for differences when you meet people and when you have different experiences, look for commonalities and look for ways to connect. Look for ways that you are similar to others as opposed to different. And I also feel like this card is about connecting with others on a deeper level. And it's almost like you're feeling frustrated at the shallowness of life sometimes. So this could be the shallowness of certain relationships, or even in your work, you may be looking for something deeper, like more of a sense of connection. And that's there for you. That's something you'll be able to achieve. Maybe not tomorrow, but it's a process. And something popped into my head and now it's gone. I feel like you want to be open, I think, to connecting with others. So being open to a new relationship, that's something. So if you're in a relationship, this card is about being open to connecting deeper with the one you're already with. And if you're not in a relationship, this is about meeting someone that you feel a connection with. So that's something that's on the horizon for you. Um, yeah. So I hope that made sense, Tram. Okay. Oh, good. That made sense, you said. Okay, good. Good to hear. All right. Okay, so Sophia asks, I've been trying to come out to my friends and family and would be so grateful if you could ask how to find the courage to. Okay, let's have a look at the cards. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you got the Five of Swords. And I feel like the Five of Swords is really kind of reflecting some of your fears around doing this, around coming out to your family. So it's almost like you're imagining coming out and you're worried that people are going to be disappointed or confused or upset, or that it's going to create not even drama, but it's like you're worried about creating um, like discontent or sort of throwing a wrench into things and like I said, not even creating drama, but just like creating some kind of kerfuffle. And my guess is you're the kind of person who doesn't like drawing a lot of attention to yourself, and you almost feel like this is something that is drawing attention to yourself, and maybe it makes you feel uncomfortable. So one way to, I think, find the courage to come out is to really face some of your fears and consider them and be open to the idea that your fears may not play out, that this, these are your fears. This isn't exactly what's going to happen. So that's one thing I get from this card. There's something else here though. There's something else. So my attention is drawn to the book on the floor. So it's almost like these three women are following a recipe. They're working together on something and they're going by this recipe, but one of them wants to do something different and she's not going to do things by the book. And the others are like, oh no. And it almost feels like that could be one aspect to why you're having a hard time finding the courage, is that, you maybe aren't going to, you don't want to live your life by the book. And I feel like this is more than just about coming out. It's also about really owning who you are and owning the fact that you may not live a life that exactly mirrors other members of your family. So you maybe are doing something a little bit less traditional, something that's not by the book. And that's something to consider and to really own and embrace before you decide to come out. So hopefully that helps. Okay, good luck, Sophia. All right. Oh, wow. There's lots of questions coming in. This is great, you guys. Okay. Let's see. I wish I could read all the comments, but that would make for a boring live cast if I'm just like silently reading comments. All right. Oh, interesting. Okay, so many career questions. I just love it. So Nathan asks, should I focus my energy on my career or on the family business? Okay. All right, the Lovers. I think you should focus on what you feel passionate about. So On a scale of 1 to 10, how passionate do you feel about putting your energy into the family business? And then ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how passionate do you feel about putting your energy on your own career? And keep in mind that it's okay to flip flop between these two things. You don't have to commit to just one thing. Um, but I think you want to go where your passion takes you right now. And I feel like there's something else I want to say about this card. Hmm. There is this element of connection, of coming together with this card. So in terms of working on your own career versus the family business, which makes you feel more connected? And that's another question to ask yourself. And not necessarily connected to your family, but what just makes you feel more connected to life and to yourself? It might be the family business, it might be your own career, but these are a couple questions that you need to ask. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that didn't further confuse you, Nathan. All right. Okay, so It's a Bohemian Life asks, can you tell me what I need to know before entering my next relation? Wow, Five of Swords again. Okay. Um, hmm. I'm guessing that in your last relationship, and maybe this is a pattern that shows up in multiple relationships for you, but that there is this almost an energy of, so it's either you or the person you're in the relationship with, one person or both maybe, almost look at the relationship as a way to fulfill their needs, or that's not the right way of saying it. Let me start over. Okay, so I think sometimes we go into relationships thinking, what can I get out of this relationship? And really, relationships are more than that. It's about connecting with someone, it's about sharing in an experience, it's about really like getting to know someone. And um, I mean, I could go on, but relationships, I mean, there's different kinds of relationships. There's like a working relationships that you have with, coworkers, which really is about, you know, helping each other and, getting something out of that relationship. But when it comes to romantic relationships, in a lot of ways, these are very different from our other relationships. And I think if we just go into a relationship thinking, what can I get out of this relationship for me? It's going to end in disaster, because there's going to be so many, in a long-term successful relationship, there's going to be moments where you aren't getting anything out of the relationship. Maybe it feels like the relationship is dragging you down, or where you feel like you're having to sacrifice things. And these are just phases. These shouldn't be how the relationship is all the time. But if you're just thinking, oh, what can I, if you're only in a relationship because you want that relationship to make you happy, or make you feel stable or solid, then once the relationship gets rocky, you're going to want to pull out and leave the relationship. So this may resonate with you. This may be a pattern that you've experienced, and it's almost about. I feel like the advice of this card is to let go of this idea that there are winners and losers in love, and let go of any idea that a relationship should be something um, that brings you happiness and meaning, even though it does. I think that there are other reasons for starting a relationship as well. And for some reason, my brain is just like starting to frazzle on this card. So hopefully what I said makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. Okay. Okay, so S. Davis says, I'm looking for direction in my life other than just being a mother. Don't get me wrong, I love being a mom, but I am meant for more. Am I meant for more in this lifetime? Okay, I'm gonna say yes, you're meant for doing more in this lifetime, just because you clearly have a desire to do more. So that is an indication. If motherhood was the sole purpose of your time here on earth, then that is all you would want to do, and you would be 100% fulfilled with just being a mom. But the fact that you're asking this question tells me that you know that there's also other things that you want to do with your life. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Ah, the Empress. It's funny because the Empress is pregnant. So she's the ultimate mother card. So she really is. This is a real nurturing, mothering energy card. And let me talk about that for a little bit. So the Empress is, she's the ultimate kind of mother goddess, and she's very good at nurturing and giving birth to things. Now, this, of course, can symbolize actual motherhood, but it can also symbolize other things as well. So it can symbolize creativity. So we're fertile in more than just the physical sense. We're also fertile in a creative sense. So this is about giving birth, bringing things into the world. Now, you've already brought a child into the world, or maybe more than one child. What else do you want to bring into this world? And this is something to ask yourself, what other things do you want to bring onto this planet? Because you, in a way, are like a portal. And literally, your vagina is like a portal for other people, other souls to come into the planet. But you're also a portal for ideas and creations. So what else do you want to create? What other things, what do you feel the planet needs more of? And the Empress is very good at nurturing things. And so this is about nurturing the parts of yourself that you would like to grow. It's about honoring yourself and also nurturing your creations. So once you create something, once you birth something, you then have to nurture it. You have to take care of it. And this applies to, careers, to, a creative endeavor. Anything that you create, if you want it to survive, you need to give it a certain amount of nurturing. But your question was, am I meant for anything else? And so I was hoping to get some kind of specifics with this card about what you're meant to do. To me, it feels like something creative. Also, I see you being in some kind of leadership role, or like a teacher role, or a mentor, and not in a like, I'm the teacher, do what I say kind of a way, but more of like inspiring people and really holding a space. It's like you're meant to, and you're really good at holding a space for other people to grow and to unfold and to have experiences. So I think you'd be a very good facilitator, but at the same time, you have this creative spirit as well. So maybe doing teaching, doing facilitating, but also doing something creative, something maybe in the arts, something to do with healing. So hopefully some of those things I said will help you will give you some things to consider and to go on. All right. All right, so Nahima asks, my fiance and I have been separated for 2 months. Is this relationship salvageable? Okay. Okay, so you got the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so I would say that just based on this card, yes, this relationship is salvageable, but this card is giving you more advice on what you need to do for you right now, which will in turn, I think, either help you salvage the relationship or it might not, but ultimately, The answer is yes, the relationship is salvageable. It doesn't mean that it will be salvaged, but it is salvageable. And let me tell you a little bit about the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is, she's the most grounded of all the court cards. So she is very down to earth. She has a good sense of herself. This card is really encouraging you to ground your energy. You may be feeling emotionally tumultuous right now. Maybe you're having all kinds of thoughts. Maybe you just don't feel yourself. You've just separated from your fiance, so that would be normal to feel kind of, out of sorts. So this card is encouraging you to get back to you, to get grounded, to get centered, to basically just deal with your own stuff and to do what you need to do to get to a place where you feel calm and centered within yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is also about getting your home in order. So notice she has this broomstick. She's got this box of money in the background, or it's like a chest of money. And she's similar actually to the Empress, the card that I was just talking about earlier, in that she's very good at nurturing. And, she has that mothering kind of energy. But this card seems to be encouraging you to get your life in order. So get your finances organized, use this time to get organized, and even, go through all your drawers, closets, get rid of old scraps of paper, things that you don't want anymore, really kind of clear out your living space and get things in order, get your life in order, get yourself in order, and really focus on creating a sense of stability in your life. And from there, your relationship may blossom. It may be salvageable, but you have to do that work first, I think. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I hope that was helpful. Okay, so I'm just gonna do probably, let's see if I can do like one card per minute. I was gonna say I'm only gonna do a couple more readings, but I thought maybe I'll just do quicker readings so I can do more of them. Okay. So Alicia asks, what message do I need to hear at this moment? Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Let your inner light of consciousness lead the way. That's the message I get when I look at this card. And another message I get with this card is sometimes it's hard to find your path, but pay attention to what lights you up more than anything. Okay, next question. Kaya would like a general read. Okay, so Kaya, you got Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is saying, don't think too hard about the next step that you take. So be aware that all the different paths that you take in life, no matter what path you take, it's going to end up at the same place. So don't worry so much about what path or what choice you make right now, because whatever you choose, you're going to eventually end up in the same place. So see life as a journey and don't get too stressed out when it comes to making decisions right now. Okay, Grissy 2000 says, I've been stuck in my job forever, routine and everything. I feel like I'm going nowhere, help. Okay. 2 of Swords. You need to trust your intuition here and act on it. It's almost like you feel you're stuck because you are afraid to move forward. You're afraid to trust yourself. You're waiting for more information to be revealed. You're waiting for an opportunity. You're waiting for something. But that may never come. You may have to eventually just take action on your own. So notice that the woman on this card is throwing daggers at a dartboard, but she has a blindfold. And even though she's blindfolded, she's got the first dagger right in the center of that target. And this is about trusting yourself. You may not have all the answers. You may not know what the next step is, but if you just start doing things, if you start taking action, if you start creating change, um, see where it will take you, see where it leads you. I think you need to start trusting yourself more. Okay, so I'm using Ms. Melanie J asks, what deck am I using? I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. And I find that it's a really easy deck to read with. I usually always use this one when I'm reading for other people just because it's so easy to read with. Anita. Okay. Ooh, Anita, you got strength. Oh, this is such a beautiful card. Okay, so strength. You have immense power right now, Anita. So the witch on this card is summoning a tornado. And at the same time, she's taming a lion, which is an interesting kind of paradox when you think about it, that sometimes we create drama and problems for ourselves just so we can have the experience of solving problems and taming those things when they get out of control. But what does this card mean? I think it shows that you have immense strength, not just to create things and to make things happen, but I think you have a certain kind of ability to calm a situation and to bring order and softness where before there was chaos and hardness. Yeah, that's what I get from this card. So Fanny asks, I'm attracted to this man, but he doesn't give me attention or get friendly with me. Will he ever get close? What is the advice for me? King of Pentacles. I don't know if this represents the person you're asking about or if this represents you. I feel like this is advice on how you should act. So act like the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is relaxed. He's centered within himself. He's confident. He enjoys the good things in life. He's the kind of guy who enjoys good food, good wine. He's not in a rush. He's not tripping over himself, trying to prove himself or to try to change anyone's mind. And I think if you radiate this kind of energy, this calmness, this confidence, this enjoyment of life, that will make you a much more attractive person. Maybe you're already doing this. I don't know. You may not succeed in attracting this guy, but you will succeed in attracting a lot of other people. Okay, so I have time for 2 more cards, 2 more readings. So before I do those 2 readings, I'll just give my upcoming course another little plug. So I've got a 4-week tarot course coming up called the Daily Tarot Girl's Guide to Intuitive Tarot Reading. Classes start on next Wednesday, but I'm cutting off registration on Tuesday evening. So that course is 4 weeks long. It's a video course with worksheets, and there is a live component. Well, there's not a live component. I do a Facebook Live once a week for the course, but even if you're not there live, I record it. So it doesn't matter what time zone you're in, anyone can do this course. It's an open level course, so it's for beginner and intermediate tarot readers who want to get really good at incorporating their intuition into their readings, to feel more relaxed, more confident, and more skillful. So we cover things like tarot spreads, intuition, connecting the cards, connecting with your deck. One thing the course doesn't do is I don't walk you through learning every single card. I do a whole week on the tarot card meanings and how to understand the tarot cards, but it's not about, this card means this, that card means that. It's more about really understanding the energies of the 4 suits and different ways to connect with your cards, so that when you are giving a reading and you're turning the cards over, the way that you interpret them is going to feel more meaningful, more personal, and much more intuitive. All right, so if you're interested in checking out my course, I'm just going to post a link to that page, which will give you more info. Okay, so I just posted it. So if you're interested, you can check it out. And I'll do 2 more tarot readings. So I'm just going to shuffle my deck one last time. All right, so Jay Frost, message from spirit guides. Okay, so Jay, I'm going to draw a card for you. Okay, message from spirit guides is the King of Swords. Pay attention to what you sign this week or this month. Read the fine print. But also, I feel like this guy is about... This is about cutting away all the crap that can distract you in life. So once you're able to cut away distractions and things that kind of suck your energy, you will be able to truly step into your power. So ask yourself, what kinds of things distract me? What kinds of things pull my attention? What kinds of things suck my energy right now in my life? And really get clear on those things and what kinds of changes you need to make to kind of mitigate those things. And that is when you will be able to truly step into your power, because I feel like you are like this King of Swords in a lot of ways. And the King of Swords, he's focused, he's powerful, he's confident, he's capable of so much. The only downside to him is he can take life a little bit too seriously. So I think, don't take things too seriously, but it's almost like you have a lot of untapped power and potential if only you could get rid of all those distractions that are confusing you and throwing you through a loop. All right, so one last card. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll up here. Just gonna randomly choose someone. It's so hard because I want to give everyone a reading. Okay, lots of career questions. I love that. That's really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna do Faith. So Faith just wants a card. So Faith. 9 of Pentacles. All right, so Faith, number one, you need to maybe take a vacation or have a day of rest where you just do nothing. You let go of expectations. You just curl up on the couch with a trashy novel or watch something on TV, have a glass of wine, have some cookies or whatever. This is really about tapping into your inner hedonist and giving yourself permission to just be lazy, to just relax. And it's almost like in doing that, you're going to get an idea for something or renew your energy. It's going to be an important thing. So definitely make time for that. And then there's one last person I want to do a reading for. I'll do one for Claire. Claire, you say you're going through a rough time. And you want a card. So, 6 of Wands. So 6 of Wands is actually a card of success. So I think if you're going through a rough time and you get this card, the message is that things are going to look up. Don't lose hope, don't lose faith in yourself. But this is really about seeing yourself as successful. And I guess the question I have for you is, do you see yourself as a successful person? And I think really, really acknowledging your accomplishments and acknowledging your gifts. I think it's so easy for us to get down on ourselves and to be critical of ourselves. But I think take a moment to really look at yourself, look at your gifts, look at what you're capable of, the things that you've done, and not just, don't just look at your mistakes, because I think that most of us are like this. So we'll look at ourselves and we'll just see the flaws and the things that need improvement. But look at the things that don't need improvement. Look at the things that you're really proud of. And I think the more that you start seeing yourself as successful, the better you're going to feel. And I think also this puts you in a position to be of service to others. You can't be of service to anyone if you feel down on yourself. So really recognizing yourself as a successful person, giving yourself a round of applause. And the more you treat yourself this way, the more others will start to treat you this way over time. And you'll start to notice things shifting and changing in your life. So good luck, Claire. All right, and music 1AC, you're like, no, I want a card. Okay, I'll draw one more card. And then that's it. So music 1AC, you got the Six of Swords. Okay, Six of Swords is, to me, it feels like you're ready to move on from something. You're ready for a change of scenery more than anything. So what area of your life do you most crave change in? And how can you go about creating that change? This is also telling you to change some of your surroundings. So break with routine. If you normally always go to the same restaurant or always go to the same coffee shop or the same place, go somewhere different this week. Try something new. If you normally always hang out with the same people, try hanging out with someone different for a change, or, just breaking up your routine. If you always go for runs, do yoga instead or something like that. Try something a little bit new to shake things up. That's going to bring you lots of inspiration and yeah, and it looks like that made sense. Good. Okay, so that is it. My cat Merlina is at the door and she's whining and she's being a jerk. So I'm gonna go have to tend to her and her needs. She wants to go outside even though it's like pouring with rain. So I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Thank you, everyone who let me read for them. And of course, as always, apologies to all of you who wanted a reading who didn't get one. I will be doing another live event probably next month, probably in October, maybe even towards Halloween, maybe do like a special Halloween reading event or something like that. So you will have plenty of other opportunities to get a reading from me. So thank you everyone so much. And I hope everyone has a wonderful fall. I hope you enjoy the rest of this month. And of course, don't forget to check out my 4-week tarot course. I'll put the link again in the comment section here. Sorry, I feel like I'm like, flogging my course really hard right now. But there's only a few more days to sign up. So that's how it goes. Yeah, so thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day.